I do not know that how I would start it, and here we can see. Well, all settings. I mean, all messages. Well, Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Samta. I am here with you. Accordance with titles, yes, today we are roasting here feminist celebrities roast, and here today's case about here today's feminist celebrity is Apurba Barick. And now, in this case, here is the moments. Well, here we are supporting Ketan Agarwal's to stay against Shia Ghoshals. And now, let's check it. Today's case is Sri Ganganagar, Rajasthan. And now, let's take the moments. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, motherfucker. Okay. Now here you can see this once. And now, I get my time wasted. Well. And here we can see this times. It is about the YouTube Israel. And here we can see. Here is the culprit is Shia Ghoshals. And here we can see. Now it is the Apurba Barick's. And here. And Apurba Barick's contains here Instagram ID with almost 1500 followers. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the statements? Okay. Now, accordance with her statements, if Apurba Barick, the feminist pharmacist, contains guts like a Shreya Ghoshals, she would eliminate here 6 men. Here, the first of the targeted 6 men to be eliminated was whom? The honorable person asked the Professor Subrata Misra, the head of Biochemistry Department of All Indian Institute of Medical Science. Okay. And now, let's take it the moments. Well. Now, today's case is about Sri Ganganagars. What happened in the Sri Ganganagars? In that cases, well, here we could see about the 13. Okay. Now, we could see it is the 13 years age girls has been attacked by an auto rickshaw driver's names whom? The person was Ramu as names. Okay. Well, and we can see the points. Now here we can see. Well, that was Ram Babu. And now, in evening times, in June 18, 2026, the 13 years age girl has been abducted from the street by whom? Auto rickshaw driver Ram Babu. And now, here we can see, it is here, we could notify that is as an false stories as I could believe. And probably the false stories would be narrated by whom? Apurba Barick, the feminist pharmacist. Now, why I am saying that in this case is the points. Well, before Sri Ganganagar case, Apurba Barick's statement was here, if she contains guts like a Shreya Ghoshals, well, she would eliminate 6 men, where one of of the man is, Professor Shubrata Sinha, the head of biochemistry of All Indian Institute of Medical Science. And now, in India's, in every country, here is the cases. Now we can, the cases is like this. When it is the human elimination case, I mean M-word case. In these cases, the criminals are from California. According to United States cases, criminals are from California provincial states, and human eliminate crime case was happened is in Texas city of the Texas provincial state of United States of America, and here victim was the residents of the Texas city to be United States citizens. And now it is the history of a word in United States police case. I mean United States sheriff case. According to British police case, here is a record. The criminal are from Plymouth and victim and human elimination victim elimination case, crime case was happened in London. And in this, and somehow when the topics about the moments, in China, here, criminals are from Tibet provincial state or Xinjiang provincial state, and crime case was in, crime case post was Shanghai city of the China. Now similar case is about Srinagar cases. Now here we can see Apurba Barick want to eliminate Professor Shubrata Sinha from the head of the biochemistry of whom? All Indian Institute of Medical Science from Delhi. And here who was the contact colors accordance with Apurba Barick? Here her contact colors was from Sri Ganganagar, where Sri Ganganagar was in Rajasthan provincial state of India. By the way, here we can see the Sri Ganganagar is the similar states, the provincial states that was recognized because of the persecution on software engineer Atul Shubas. When we can see these points in the topic of the false alimony. Srinagar is the similar provincial state, where the provincial state is Rajasthan and Sri Ganganagar was the city of the following provincial state to be criminal provincial state of the Atul Shubas in the topic of the false alimony. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. In the same case, accordance with morning 6 o'clock or accordance with morning 5 o'clock, what is the meaning that a 13 years age girl can be departed from home and she would be in house and probably she would be returning to home at the morning 8 o'clock, evening 8 o'clock or night 9 o'clock. What is the meaning of that? In these cases, yeah, she is departing from the home at morning 6 o'clock, that is off the records. Hence, that contains no credible source. And now, let's check at the moments. Here we can see the points. 13 years age girls is in street at the evening or 9 o'clock. What is the meaning of that? That means she is the probable contract color, the contract by whom Apurba Barick to eliminate Professor Subrata Sinha, the head of biochemistry of All Indian Institute of Medical Science in Delhi, where Professor Subrata Sinha is one of the targeted 6 men to be eliminated. And now, well, here we can see that is the momentum spurts. Well, now we can see the spurts. What is the following reasons here to eliminate, in the purpose to eliminate Professor Subrata Sinha? Here, 13 years age girl to be here contract killers, criminals is chosen in June 18, 2026. And now, what was the matter? Here we can see these points. The matter is the significant moment. So, well, she is chosen for the story of the false R-word case. Or the R-word case, here we can see the 13 years age girl was the real perpetrators, and here victims was 32 adult men. Now, who was 32 adult men? Here is my points. Okay. Now, 32 adult, what is the credibilities of 32 adult men? Here we can see. Well, and we can probably 32 adult men was the man who know here 13 years age girls was the one of the suppliers of cytoestrogen supplements to manipulate here FIFA World Cup 2026, and now when Apurba Barick's plan has been exposed in NEET 2026 exams or some provincial vivas, and now she is Apurba Barick is dedicated to eliminate here Professor Subrata Sinha, and here we could see the 13 years age girls has been chosen from Sheikh Ganganagar, Rajasthan. Okay, now here we can see the points. Well. Now now similarly here, let's believe that she was returning to home, and in that times Ram Babu, the auto rickshaw driver, was abducted her. Now, what is the reasons? Here we can see, and here we can see the. Now, let's discuss what is the probable points that 13 years age girl would discuss with her friend at nights. Now, let's check it the points, and now that is the significant dangerous moments as we could notice. Okay. First of all, so here we can see that is the points to be noted. Well, here FIFA World Cup 2026. Now let's check out the points about sometimes. Okay. Here was well, tomorrow. I mean here tonight 2 o'clock and tomorrow 7 o'clock. Here was an 2 match. Here now one match is here Norway versus England at here Miami, and another versus well Argentina versus Switzerland. That was in Kanaka city of Mississippi. That is the moments. Okay, now let's check at the points. Now, what is the probable naval routes? That is the significant danger response. Now, in these cases, departure is Mumbai, the city of Maharashtra, provincial state of United States of America, and here arrival is Ganganagar city of Mississippi of United States of America. Well, departure is Mumbai, the city of Maharashtra, provincial state of India. Well, now here we can see these points. It is the significant moments. Well, now here we can see. Now let's discuss the routes. Okay. Now we can route is 1 point. Departure is from Mumbai, the city of Maharashtra, provincial state of India. Well, first route is sea beach near to Pakistan. Second route is sea beach near to Iran's. Next route is sea beach near to Oman, Yemen, Sudan, Somalia, Ethiopia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and here we can see these points. Next route is here Suez Canal, and the next route is route, that is Tel Aviv, the capital city of Israel. Now next travel journey is going crossing here sea near to northern Missouri, and northern Egypt, Greece, Libya, Tunisia, Italy, Algeria, Morocco, Spain, Portugal, France, and here now let's check it the northern eastern France, and here middle part of middle of here northern Atlantic oceans. Then here that would be first Iceland. That then here we can see the Norway. Oh my God. And here we can see near to Iceland, southern Greenland, and here near to here northern Canada. Okay. Now we can see this. Now what is the travel routes? There we can see that is here. Okay. Alaska. And now Alaska. Then here we California, provincial state, western Mexico, western sea beach of Colombia, sea beach of Ecuador, sea beach of Peru, sea beach of Chile, and now let's come in for the sea beach of Argentina, Brazil, and here we can see beach of French Guiana, sea beach of Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela, and now the sea beach of eastern Mexico to reach where? Reach here the handsome boys. To be Kakanka city of the United States of America. Now here is the moments. What is the naval distance of the Yachis to contains cytoestrogen supplements? And in these cases, here that was 33,481.2 nautical miles. And now here we can see this point. Now let's check at the moments. Nautical miles is here. Nautical miles to now let's convert the nautical miles to kilometer. That is 33,481.2. That would be here 62,007 kilometers, 182 meters, 400 millimeters. as a round figure, that is almost 63,000 kilometers. Okay, and now here we can see the let's focus on the points where here we now let's focus on Argentina. Okay, now here today's match is Argentina versus Switzerland, and accordance with Apurba Barick and the following 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar. Here it is the last match between Argentina versus Switzerland. And now from Jordan's to Switzerland's. Now let's check it. Jordan match was June 28th, and here we can see. And now tomorrow's match was July 12th. Now what is the points about the moments? We can see these points. Well, and here we can and now let's check it. It would better at the points to notifiers. Well, now here we can see Argentine men's footballers start to become a feminist. And now from June 17th to June 28th, now let's check it. What was happened? Okay, now it would be almost 10 days. Well, now only for Lionel Messi, here we can see there was a significant moment. So only for Lionel Messi, we could see this is the moment that was 200 grams of cytoestrogen supplement only for 1 day for Lionel Messi. For 10 days, that would be here 2 kilograms. Okay? For 10 days, that was 2 kilograms of estrogens only for Lionel Messi. Now, what about the following 11s? Okay. Now we can see the what about the following 11th man to be Argentine footballers of the Argentine man football teams. Now in these cases, when the topic is about the points of Argentina, what is 2 kilograms multiplied by 11? That is 22. That means according to the plans both of here Apurba Barick and 13 years age girl, here we can see the cytoestrogen supplements was supplied in here 22 kilograms for 10 days. And now here we can see the points 22 kilograms for 10 days. That was the daily plans of supplements. So, and now let's check the moments. What was the reasons? Here reasons was somehow like it clears. And now let's check it. Well, now what happens in July 7th? In July 7th, here because in July 17th, Argentina gets victory against Algeria in the score of 3-0 goals. When Argentine footballers scored 3 goals and Algerian footballers scored 0 goals. And now that is the significant points. Argentina versus Algeria. Argentina got a victory in one match. Now, in these cases, what about the next 2 matches of the first round? Well, now let's check it. What is the significant points? In that cases, here, what is the plan of both of Apurba Barick and here the following 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagars. The plan was simple. In this class here, 13 years girls contest two boss. One boss is probably two boss or more than two boss. Where two boss following two bosses, Sheikh and Apurba Barick. Her boss was the multiple person here. Two of the multiple bosses was Sheikh and Apurba Barick. Now, let's say what was the plans in this cases. She discussed with her friends that 13 she Ganganagar 13 years age girl discussed with her friends that now we have to convert the Argentine man football team to be a feminine. Hence that Argentine man footballer could not score any goals against the opponent countries. And here, if I could not participate directly, and here we have to participate indirectly to convert Argentine man footballers feminine. And now that was the plans. And in this case, she set the plans and returned to home. And here she disappeared herself in July 18, 2023. Now, in these cases, what was the story in as a public? In that cases, the story has in public. Their auto rickshaw driver Ram Babu was abducted her from the street at the evening or night in June 18, 2026, where reality is she disappeared herself from street of the street Ganganagar in June 18, 2026 after setting the plans to convert Argentine football country to be feminine. And now let's check the points. What is the significant moments? In that cases, here July. Now we can see these points. Well, now here is a biological question for me. Here one question, one is option contest positive 4, and here rest 3 option contest the negative ones. And now let's check it. What was the question? Your question is when Lionel Messi's initial velocity is 275,000 kilometers per second, where feminine velocity would be now when Lionel Messi's velocity would be 275,000 kilometers per second, and he would be too fast. And now 1 gram of estrogen supplements can decrease almost here that 20% human velocity. Now we can see the response about after 2 kilograms of cytoestrogen supplements, what would be the velocity of Lionel Messi as a final velocity? Okay. Now let's take at the moments. Well, here we can see 1 gram cytoestrogen decrease 0.2 times velocities. And now, when the topic that was 2 kilograms, that means 200 grams. 200 grams multiplied by 0.2 is 2000 grams multiplied by 0.2 is 200 multiplied by 2, that is 400. Now we can see these points in these cases. What will be the velocities at the moments? Okay. Now here we can see, let me calculate at first by calculator. Okay, now here 275,000 kilometer per second can be divided by 400. Okay, now let's check it. Now here we can see the velocity is 687.5 kilometer per second when the initial velocity is 275,000 kilometer per second. Okay. Now here we can see the sparks. So what is the options? Option is, here we can see option A, 285,000 kilometer per second. Option B, 687.5 kilometer per second. Option C, 787.5 kilometer per second. And option D is here 987.5 kilometer per second. Okay. Now let's take about the option C and option D. Yeah, we can see those points. Now first we can take here option A. Well, that was final velocity would be 285,000 kilometer per second, where initial velocity would be 275,000 kilometer per second. And now let's take the moments. What is the function of cytoestrogens? Okay, supplements. Where cytoestrogen supplements here, what is the function of cytoestrogen supplements? In this cases, cytoestrogen supplements can convert your cell velocity as a feminine velocity. And now we can see this point, 285,000 kilometer per second is more masculine velocity than here 275,000 kilometer per second. Now, when the cytoestrogen supplements function is to convert to increase your feminine hormones, then here any final velocity to be 285,000 kilometer per second and initial velocity to be 275,000 kilometer per second is not a scientific answer. Hence, it is the wrong answer. Now, what is the moments? Well, now let's check about option C and option D. Okay. Now we can see those points. What about the option C? Then we can see check the points. Well, 400 now we can initial velocity is 275,000 kilometer per second is an initial velocity that would be masculine. And here 200 I apologize, 787.5 kilometer per second is a feminine velocity. And according with the function of cytoestrogen supplement, it is the scientific answers. And here, now, in this cases, here we can see that would be the wrong answers. And what about the option D? That would be 987.5 kilometer per second. And when initial velocity would be 275,000 kilometer per second, here according with cytoestrogen supplements functions, it is the scientific answer, but that is the wrong answer. Now let's check it. What is the correct answer? That is option B. It is the 687.5 kilometer per second, because it is scientific answers and correct answers just because increase the feminine hormones when the initial velocity would be 275,000 kilometer per second. And now that is the significant moments and it is the best choice. Okay. Now let's take the points for the moments. Here somehow the the functions was somehow successful as a notifiers. Now what the function was? Well, 10% successful. Now here we can say, well, now let's get the points. In that cases, about the biology and chemistry, here we can see this points. Chemistry, the 1500 girls aspirants contains the chemistry question contains to be negative 45 out of 45 chemistry questions of re-NEET 2026. On the other hand, here we can see they at 1500 girls aspirant to be supporters of Apurba Barick scored negative 90 from the 90 biological questions out of 180 questions in re-NEET 2026. And now, what is the score? Here we can see that the score would be, what is the score? In this case, the score would be here. Well, now let me take what is the score. Here the score would be here negative 135 out of positive 720s, where in the year July 10, 2026 to July 25, 2026, that would be the predictional answers. And here that is why the Apurba Barick is probably one of the feminist celebrity that wants to viral the Sri Ganganagar case from Rajasthan to support the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar, where 13 years age girls from Sri Ganganagar was the agent of the Shia Ghosals and Apurba Barick. And here we can see, and in this times, what was the missions? The mission is to convert Argentine men footballers to be feminists. And here we can see somehow 10% was successful. Now what I could say, the 10% was successful. In these cases, now here is the significant terms. That was the significant dangerous moments. Now let's focus on July 28. Well, Argentina defeat Jordan by 3-1 goals. Well, now, in the first rounds of the previous two match, okay, before Jordan versus Argentina, in previous three match, Argentina did not receive any goals, but they scored several goals. But now, Argentina has been beaten 1 goal from Jordan's, where the date was June 28th. And now, let's check it about the points. Well, now let's check from July 17 to here. I apologize. From July 17, I apologize. From June 20. Well, from June 17 to July 7th. Now, what was the times? Okay. Well, from June 17 to July 1st, well, 13 years day has been passed. From June 1st to from July 1st to July 7th, that was 7 days. That means it is almost 20 days has been passed. And now, let's check the points. What is the functions? What is the measurement of weight of cytoestrogen supplements goes to here Argentine men footballers. Now that is the significant terms as we could see. Well, in that cases, that was the dangerous moments. Well, here we could notify. Well, we cannot consume that what was the matters. Well, in that cases, now in the match between Argentina versus Cape Verde, Argentina has been beaten 2 goals and Argentina scored 3 goals. Now we can see this one. Goalkeeper Martinez who has to eat here 2 goals from the football team like Cape Verde. Now we can see those points. Now from match against Jordan to the match against Egypt, here we could see well 2 sum by 2 is equal to 4, 4 sum by 1 is equal to 5. That means here in that case, Argentine goalkeeper Martinez has been beaten by 5 goals from opponent countries. And now that was the dangerous point. Because before the match against Jordan, goalkeeper Martinez could save the goal from the opponent countries. I mean here, well, goalkeeper Martinez could save his goal from a goal post from the opponent footballer in previous 3 match before the match against Jordan. But after the match against Jordan, he received almost totally 5 goals and he has been beaten by 5 goals from opponent footballers, where opponent footballers are from Jordan, Cape Verde and Egypt. And here we can see this point, July 7th, that was the surprising matters. In July 7th, in this point, well, it was the shocking moments. First 80 minutes, we can say that was the first 80 minutes. Here, Egypt remained leaders of the 2-0 goals against Argentina. And it was the moments that was a significant point. Argentina would be stuck in round 16 against Egypt in first 80 minutes. Well, now we can see this point. It was the point. 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar has been successful to convert Argentine man footballers as feminine under the command of her boss, where her boss was Apurba Barick and Sheikh. And now, in these cases, that was a significant point, and it is the dangerous moments. Here we can see that was the shocking period. Now we 3 girls expected at the first 80 minutes between Argentina versus Egypt, where the following 3 girls were 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar, and here 30 Sheikh and Apurba Barick. And now that is here significant points. We can see this moment. Well, now here is the biological and biochemical questions. Second biochemical questions for you. Well, as in previous is similar points, but measurement is different. Well, now Lionel Messi has been received here Now it is from June 17 to July 7th. Was the 20 days. In 20 days here, July, Lionel Messi has been received almost 4 kilograms of cytoestrogen supplements. Now here are the questions. Well, now Lionel Messi's initial velocity is 275,000 kilometer per second. Now, well, when 1 grams can decrease the human velocity to be 20%. Now, after receiving 4 kilograms cytoestrogen in 20 days, what would be his final velocities? Now here you can see that is the calculations at the moment. Well, now let's check at the points. Okay. Now here one option contains positive 4 marks and the rest 3 option contains negative 1 marks. Okay. Now you can see this is the points here. 343.75 and this case is 347. Option A, that is 343.75 as a final velocity, where initial velocity is 275,000 km per second. Well, option B, here we 443.75 km per second final velocity. Initial velocity is 275,000 km per second. Option C, 295,000 km per second as final velocity, where initial velocity is 275,000 km per second. And option D is 943.75 kilometer per second as final velocity, where initial velocity would be 275,000 km per second. Now let's take at the points option B and option D. Now we can see those points. Option B, here we can see 1 grams can decrease human velocity 20%. We can see the points. 4 kilograms cytoestrogen supplement can decrease human velocity as a 4 times. And now that is the dangerous momentums at the points. And now here we can see this terms, that is the dangerous. Okay. And now let's check at the moments now we can see the option B and option D. Here 443.75 is the scientific answer, but it is not correct answer because here it cannot fulfill the functions of 4 kilograms cytoestrogen supplements. And option D, that is the scientific answer to be 943.75, but that is not the correct answers because it is not mentioned to be the complete functions of cytoestrogen supplements. Now, cytoestrogens raise your feminine hormones. Here 295,000 km per second is more masculine velocity than 275,000 km per second. And now, option C is absolutely unscientific and wrong answers. Now, correct answer is 343.75 km per second as final velocity, where initial velocity would be 275,000 km per second. Now, it is the significantly correct answers, and it is here scientifically correct answers. And now that is the points. Here is the significant words. And now that is the dangerous moments for here Argentine man footballer teams. Okay. And now in these cases here in biological questions here the 1500 girls aspirants of to be followers of Apurba Barick score here negative 90 and in the 45 chemistry questions the 1500 girls aspirants of to be supporters of Apurba Barick score negative 45. Now let's take at the moments what is the significant points that is the dangerous momentums. Well. And here we can see, oh my god. Okay, now here we can see these points. Well, and now here I would mention like the circumstance. Here I record some momentums as we could notify. Well, and here that is my requirements as some terms we could see. Well, now here, okay. Now it is the websites, and in these cases, well. Now we can see in the response 180 questions and correct answers contains here positive 4 and wrong answers contains negative 1s. Now let's check is Apurba Barick's followers score 0 correct answers and 135 wrong answers. And now let's check is what is the mentions that is negative 135 out of the positive 720s. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. It is the significant dangerous moment that can be supplements as some points 135 negative 135. And now well what is the relations between Apurba Barick and the 13 age? Now here is my questions. Well, what is Apurba Barick? Well, the girl, 13 years girls from Sri Ganganagar and here the head of biochemistry of All Indian Institute of Medical Science from Delhi. That is the moments. Here is the points we can see the 13 years age girls is one. We can see the 13 years is girl is the girls from Sri Ganganagar who has been arrested by police officers because to containing the leaked question papers. That is the significant points. And in these cases, in which times it is June 21, 2026 as re-NEET exam 2026. Hence that in the cases, well, June 21 from she has been discovered in June 18, 2026 and she is appeared in June 23, 2026. That means she did not attend the exam of re-NEET 2026 in June 21, 2026. And now that is the moment. Here is the significant dangerous points when we can see that she is the significant dangers at the moment. Now, June 18, now what was her mission? Her mission was only to convert Argentine footballers to be feminists. Now, here we can see somehow Apurba Barick, no, that's here, her, the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar's father has been questioned by whom the best tutor here, probably here Professor Subrata Sinha, the head of biochemistry of All Indian Institute of Medical Science in Delhi. And now, that is here the significant serious moments, and that is the significant dangerous points. Okay. And now here we can see this moments. Now, it is about the June 18, 2026. She said the plan, and then she discovered herself to convert Argentines footballer to be feminine. Now here we can see she has been appeared in June 23, 2026. And where is the World Cups has been occurred? Okay. Now we can see this points. In June 28th, I mean 5 days later, when the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar has been appeared, well, Argentine start to be beaten by the opponent countries in for 1 goal or 2 goals. Now we can see the spots. And in July 7th, well, first 18 minutes, it was like your Argentine could not be eligible to be in quarterfinals. That was the circumstance. And now, well, here is the momentum. The 13 years age girls would save, want to save herself, hence she stated that here she has been abducted by auto rickshaw drivers Ram Babu. Okay. Now we can see the spots at the moment. Now here it is the points at the moment. Now let's check the common sense. Now what is the point about the 13 years age boys like us? Well, what would they do? In morning 5 o'clock, the 13 years age boy would be at home, and he would be at home from two nights here evening, 6 o'clock to tomorrow morning 7 o'clock. The 13 years age boy would be only in home, because here we can see they contains the online tutors like your Alak sir, Salim sir from Physics Wala, well, Sheikh sir from Say I, and the several educated academies. Well, over here we can see they contains here online teachers like a Khan sir. Then here we can see what is the necessary that here they would be outside of home when they were 13 years age boy. That is the common sense of the moments. Well, now we can see I am a 13 years age boy in 2026 here. What is my function in outside at evening 6 o'clock when I contents a laptop where I can learn mathematics or from I can learn physics from Salim sir, I can learn biology from Alok sir, physics or wala. Well, I can learn here geography from home. Okay, I can learn geography from concerts, and I can learn chemistry from Kaushik sir or Prashant sir. Then here is my questions that I can learn it in my online laptops, internets. Now, here is my questions that what is my function in outside of home at evening 6 o'clock? That is the points. That means here is a one function that's why I have to be outside from home at evening 6 o'clock. That is some negative points. It would be some here crimes that I would attempt, and here that is the same points the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar do this. And now this, she was supplying here 4 kilograms of cytoestrogens as a schedule from here June 17, 2026 from June 17, 2026 to July 7, 2026. And now we can see the funds. Tomorrow is here July 12, 2026. And now we can see the funds. Well, that is your cytoestrogen element supplies. It's scheduled to be 25 days. And now, in this case is the point. So, what is the significant notifications? Well, who was 13 years age girl's boss? Both of Apurba Barick and Sheikh. And now, in these cases, well, June 18, 2026, at evening, she has been disappeared from Sri Ganganagar, Rajasthan. And the next day, Ketan has been eliminated in the hand of Sheikh. Now let's check this. What is coincidence? Well, in that cases, now here we can see that is the points. Sheikh contains no barriers from whom Ketan was, and in the scale points that Sheikh want to secretly celebrate with the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar, where 13 years age girl was the servant of boss Sheikh. And now let's check it. What is the today's match plans of the 13 years age girls from Sri Ganganagar? And here we can see the tomorrow's matches: Argentina versus Switzerland, and well, the match place would be Kansas City of the United States of America. And now we can see naval distance is 63,000 kilometers. Okay. Now what is the points in this case? Well, departure time would be morning 6 o'clock. Well, July 11, 2026, and arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 1 second past, July 11th, 2026. And now, here is the points. Here's what is the velocity. Now, in this cases, here velocity would be 63,000 kilometers. And now let's take the points. We can, and here we know what about 1 day's contents here, 200 grams cytoestrogen supplements for 1 month, like Lionel Messi. For Lionel Messi in 25 days, that would be almost 5 kilograms. And for 11 days, 11 Argentine men footballers, the measurement of weight would be 55 kilograms. And now, that is the significant points. It is here significant dangerous moments. That what would be the what is going on? Okay. Now it is here. It is somehow it is the Operation FIFA 2026 Neti Mania Stephens. Okay. And now in this cases the moments. Well, 63,000. Now let's check it. What is 63 divided by 300? That is 0.2 ounce. Okay. Now, Yachi's empty weight is 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 kilograms. Now, what is 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 4 kilograms? That is here, well, 120 tons. Simple. And now let's calculate the statistic energy of the Yachis to carry here 55 kilograms of what? 55 kilograms of cytoestrogen supplements. And now let's check at the moments. Well, now here you can see that is the significant terms. That is the dangerous momentums, as we could see. Well, 12,0055. That can be multiplied by bracket of 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 16. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. It is the significant terms. Okay, now here we can see these points. It is almost 11 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 joules. Okay. Now let's check is what is the value of lambda. That is 1 divided by what? Here kinetic power is kinetic energy. 1 divided by bracket of 1 subtract able guy. Value of lambda is 1 divided by bracket of square root of bracket of 1 subtract by, well, 0.21 square, enter bracket close. And now here we can see that is the wise, what's the moments. That is here we can notify value of lambda is 1.02281. Hence, what is the value of lambda subtract by 1s? Here we could notify the value of lambda subtract by 1s is 0.02281. Okay. Now let's check what is the kinetic energies. Well, when statistic energy is 11 multiplied by 10 to the power 21. Hence here 11 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 can be multiplied by 0.02281. Now here we can see this point, that is almost 251 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 joules. Well, that means here we can see 251 trillion megawatts. And now here we can check at the points. So what's going on about the moments? That would be the significant terms at sometimes. Well, now what is the fuel? That is the cargo ship fuels. Now we can see this points. What is the here cargo ship oil's volume? That is the moments, as we could see, 251. Well, multiple by 10 to the power what? 10 to the power okay, 10 to the power 18. That moment stops at the points. That can be divided by what? It is almost 200,000 joule per kilogram per Kelvin as an specific heat of what? Specific heat of cargo ship was multiplied by 50 degrees Celsius as at highest temperatures multiplied by 1.01 kilogram per liters as a density of cargo ship was. Then what is the measurements? That would be here 2.5 quadrillion liters of cargo ship walls. And here now, here you can see this. Here is the questions. Now we can see. Now it is significant ways. Here, here is the questions. Well, for 1 day, the supplements of here 1 day. In per 1 day, we have to supplement 55 kilograms of cytoestrogen supplements. And here we can say that when 1 liter cargo ship was cost 1 United States dollars, and here our velocity would be naval distance, both of naval distance and naval velocity would be 63,000 kilometers per second, where naval distance is 63,000 kilometers. Then here is my question that, well, how much cost of EHs wheat requires as the funds? Well, here, option A, 2.5 quadrillion United States dollars. Option B, here we are 2.1 quadrillion United States dollars. Option C, 1.8 quadrillion United States dollars. And option D is, well, 20,000 United States dollars. And now here we can see these points. That is the significant moments. Here option C is, we can hear clearly option A is the correct answers. That is correct answers and scientific. Option B and C is scientific but wrong answers. And option D is unscientific and it is definitely wrong answers. And now in this the clarification points, well, 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar has been exposed because of the following physics at the moment. Because in that cases here we can see, well, because 13 years age girls from Sri Ganganagar is the servant of Sheikh in the one works. Well, here we can see from June 18, I mean here from June 17 to the July 12. Well, what is 2.5 multiplied by 25? That is 0.1 multiplied by 625. That is here 62.5. Well, here we can see the petrol, I mean cargo ship all cost requirement is almost here 62.5 quadrillion United States dollars, where Ketan Agarwal's net worth is here 60 million United States dollars. Hence, Ketan Agarwal was dissected with Sheikh. And here we can see, so if I am not wrong, here we can, the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar is planning with her boss to be Sheikh, and the plan was, the one fraction was of the plan was to eliminate Ketan Agarwal from the mountains of Pune. And now that is the momentum at the points. And it is the dangerous moments here. 62.5 quadrillion United States dollars as the expenditure of cargo ship was is only to supply 55 kilograms of, of cytoestrogen supplements to convert Argentine 11 man footballer to be feminine. And here we can see in 25 days here at the last of the first at the last day of the first 20 days we could see the dangerous moments here. First, in first 80 minutes here, football match was in 90 minutes, almost in 90 minutes, but first 80 minutes, Egypt has lead in 2-0 goal against Argentina. And here is the moment Argentine footballers would be eliminated in round 16 if the one amazing moments would not be happen in last 10 minutes. What is the amazing moment? In the amazing moment, last 10 minutes, Lionel Messi could see that we have to be masculine because we are doing wrong against our Argentine football communities. In the last 10 minutes, Argentina has been come back, and now Argentina is in quarter final, and the match of Argentina is against Switzerland. And now that is the moment, that is your dangerous points that could be notified. Okay. And now I do not know that here we can see Argentina is one of the fractions of FIFA 2026 Lady Maria Stevens in the hands of the three women, 13 years age girls from Sri Ganganagar, Apurba Barick, and here Sheikh. Now we can see those points over Professor Subrata Sinha from All Indian Institute of Medical Science from Delhi did not support 13 years age girls from Sri Ganganagar because of her crimes. And here is the reason that why Apurba Barick want to eliminate the Professor Professor Subrata Sinha from All Indian Institute of Medical Science, where he is one of the targeted six man to be eliminated. And now that is their significant dangerous moments, and that is the very scary points. And it is two scary points that there we could not know that what would be happens in that moment. And now here is my opinions has been established in Sri Ganganagar cases. And now let's take the moments. And now, when I got some views about the discuss about only for Ketan Agarwal's cases, I could not connect with my friends about the Sri Ganganagar cases, where we can see this. It is just converting into the. It is just converting the high states, and we do not know that if it is not high trends or not. And now here we can see the 13 years age girls from say Ganganagar is the potential criminals as we could notify. Okay. Now when we can discuss about the topics. Well, tomorrow we would be in live as the Bangladeshi times 1 o'clock, and 13 is subscribed by 3 is 8. 13 is subtracted by 3 is 10. Well, we would be back in here July 12, 2026 at Saudi Arabia times morning 10 o'clock and Israeli times morning 9 o'clock. And now we can here we would discuss that what is the her points and what is our plans to crimes in these cases and how she would defend herself illegally. Well, in about the crimes, and here we can see these points. Here, cytoestrogen's crimes has been hidden at the several moments, and in that moment at the points, who was the absent, the 13 years age girl from Sri Ganganagar was the absent aspirant of NEET 2026 to be follower of Apurba Barick. And now, in this cases, the following girls is too dangerous. And now, well, here we can see this moments. I am not ready to discuss about Sri Ganganagar, but I would be ready in Sri Ganganagar cases at the significant points as soon as possible. If and only if Sri Ganganagar case would be in the trending as a spike. Student, Khuda Hafiz, love you.